Welcome to Module 2.4, where we'll delve into the world of yield farming. For the record, yield farming in crypto has nothing to do with crops or corn. Yield farming, also known as liquidity mining, refers to the lending or staking of cryptocurrency in DeFi protocols to earn additional tokens as a reward. Wait, are you wondering why yield farming sounds similar to staking? Well, yes, you're right. Like staking, yield farming also requires your crypto to be locked up. But there are some differences. Staking is locking up your crypto in a blockchain network to contribute to the network's consensus mechanism. You stake your coins to help keep the network secure. You may also need to perform certain tasks, if you are doing solo home staking, for example, or delegate others to do these tasks on your behalf. Yield farming, however, is not serving as the backbone of any network's consensus mechanism. It's a highly fluid and rapidly evolving method for users to potentially increase returns on their crypto holdings. Yield farmers move their crypto around different marketplaces frequently and engage in various strategies in an attempt to generate the highest possible income on their crypto holdings. In some cases, such strategies can also include staking. We learned in the DeFi history module about how the launch of the COMP token in June 2020 triggered the yield farming craze that ultimately led to the DeFi Summer. DeFi protocols like Yearn Finance, Aave, and Uniswap are other examples of platforms used for yield farming. Each of them works differently to generate yield. To illustrate, let's check how Compound works. After Compound's initial launch in 2018, it has gone through some upgrades. For this course, we'll review the working mechanisms of Compound 3, the latest version of Compound as of 2023. A case-in-point example of how the entire DeFi space is evolving rapidly, Compound 3 works very differently from the original Compound protocol. Instead of letting users borrow any asset from asset pools, users are only able to borrow one so-called base asset in their own segregated account. Such simplicity is to improve security and protect users. True to its DeFi protocol nature, Compound 3 is governed by holders of its native token, COMP, according to a smart contract-enabled governance protocol. Everything is open source and anyone can check how the protocol functions at any time. As an EVM-compatible protocol, Compound 3 lets anyone supply crypto assets as collateral to borrow the base asset. As of 2023, the base asset is the stablecoin USDC. On the other hand, users can supply the base asset USDC to earn interest. Please note that the base asset can potentially expand to include other cryptocurrencies in the future if the community chooses to do so. But how is the interest rate decided? How much can one borrow? When might users face liquidation? All of these critical parameters are written in the protocol's smart contracts, and changes to these mechanisms are made according to community votes. These mechanisms are complex, but let's look at how interest rates are determined in Compound 3. Users with a positive balance of the base asset USDC earn interest based on a supply rate model. Users with a negative balance pay interest based on a borrow rate model. Both supply and borrow interest rates are a function of the utilization rate of USDC as the base asset. The borrow interest, collateral, borrowing, and liquidation ratios are determined via formulas written in Compound 3's smart contracts, which are open for anyone to check. But it's okay if you don't understand the code. You just need to know that formulas written in open source code determine the entire lending and borrowing process with complete transparency. There are many other ways to generate yield across various DeFi protocols, such as decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and PancakeSwap, or lending and borrowing platforms like Compound and Aave. We've learned how these protocols work in previous modules. Then, there are platforms like Yearn Finance that allow users to optimize yield by automatically finding the most profitable lending services. Yearn Finance does this by aggregating various lending services together and using algorithms to find the potentially highest yielding services. This is useful for those who don't want to spend time manually comparing rates and moving funds across different protocols. Many sophisticated yield farmers engage in complicated strategies to generate passive income from their crypto holdings, then lock up their passive income to generate more passive income, and so on. Many yield-generating DeFi platforms also incentivize users by offering native tokens as rewards for providing liquidity, and these native tokens can be deposited to other platforms to generate more yield. As you can see, things can get complex very fast, and users must be aware of the risks of yield farming. When prices drop, users can be forced to liquidate their crypto collateral at a loss at the least optimal time. Moreover, smart contracts can have vulnerabilities, and user funds could be at risk, not to mention phishing attacks and other scams that could cause loss of funds. Lastly, crypto's volatile prices can lead to heavy slippage and impermanent loss. But that's the topic of the next and last section of this course.